viewers look at this and think, what on earth were they thinking?
Well, I think the equivalence I referred to has been drawn in recent weeks. As I say, these were campaign donations, but let me be clear about what we'll do on this going forward. There's been an imbalance in the rules here between ministers and shadow ministers, where ministers have not had to declare in the past hospitality they've received, while backbench MPs and shadow ministers have. We will close that loophole going forward. We'll make it clear in the ministerial code that both ministers and shadow ministers should be under the same declaration rules going forward, so that everybody knows what is happening.
So you are now acknowledging that something has gone wrong here because you're going to tighten up the rules. Why has it taken you so long to realise that something needed to change? Well,
this was a Tory loophole brought in so that you'd have an event where the Tory minister, as it was under the last government, would be there. The Labour shadow opposite number would also be there. The Tory minister wouldn't have to declare. That was the Tory rules. We think that is not right, so we'll close that loophole and make sure that both ministers and shadow ministers are treated the same going forward.
How does changing that rule make a difference to the embarrassment that has driven many of our viewers round the twist and made Rosie Duffield very unhappy at how much, many thousands of pounds, you took in opposition? How much money Keir Starmer spent on clothes, free tickets? You yourself, I think, had free tickets to the Brit Awards. It may have been within the rules, but I think the thing many people struggle with is why you don't see this has made people so angry.
Look, politicians get invited to things. If people don't want politicians to go to anything in the future, then they can make that opinion clear. Politicians do get invited to things. Sometimes they go to things. Sometimes it might be relevant to their position. Sometimes it might not. In most of this was campaign donations. Presentation is part of a campaign. There is no policy quid pro quo here. There's no public money involved. This was about the campaign. It was about Labour putting its best foot forward in the campaign. Now that that campaign is over, we will make sure the ministerial code is clear in future so that ministers and shadow ministers operate under entirely the same rules.